What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Today we have another light, Streamlight TLR-7A is what we're taking a look at. Yes, two Streamlight weapon-mounted, pistol-mounted lights in 1 week. That's how I'm rolling this week. As far as my quick disclosure, I have zero connection to Streamlight in any way, shape, or form. I bought this from the Brownells website. I did, however, used to work for Inforce, which is one of Streamlight's competitors. That won't affect this review, but I just like to give you guys a heads up and be as honest as possible. How awesome does this look, by the way? I think this is a great EDC setup. Anyway, last but not least, there'll be some affiliate links down in the video description. If you want to pick one of these up, please hook me up. Use those affiliate links, and hopefully, and more importantly, I can find you guys a good deal. Lumens first. This guy has 500 lumens, which is pretty good for a micro compact pistol light. Pretty good for now. Lumens is how much light comes out of the flashlight. As far as candela, it has 5,000 candela. Candela is kind of how the light is focused. The higher the candela number, the tighter the beam, the further the light throws. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's like the Cliff Notes version, just so you know. As of right now, this second, this has one of the best lumen to candela ratios for a micro compact light. Now, when Cloud Defensive comes out with their new light and Inforce comes out with their new light, that's going to change drastically, especially the Cloud one. But as of this second, those are the best numbers. As far as your runtime, this is rated for 1.5 hours on one CR123. Of course, we tested it. We got 1 hour and 18 minutes out of a fresh Energizer battery. Now, as far as the controls on the light, that is one of the best features on this light is going to be the controls. A quick press, the light stays on. You hold down either paddle on either side for more than a half second. It's momentary, so it only stays on for as long as you hold it. Super simple. I like the controls, but what I really like about it is they have, as a flex model, they have two different sets of controls. You can get a low set of controls or a high set of controls. The original TLR-7 controls were horrific. Unless you had enormous hands, you could not reach them. These are way better. I prefer the high controls because when I have my grip on a firearm, I only have to slightly lower my thumb to reach that paddle. On the low one, I can't really reach it well, again, unless you have very long hands. Now, these do come with strobe. The strobe comes disabled. You can enable it if you want to. All Streamlights have a 10 tap. You tap the button 10 times to get into the program. Features, options, it's in there if you want it, but I'm not a big fan of strobe. It also has a lockout mode, so if it's in like a range bag or something, you just swipe, turn the bezel like a half turn, and you feel it kind of click in place, and that's a lockout mode, so it won't accidentally turn on, and it's in your range bag. Another really good thing that Streamlight does is these different rail adapters. So they come with a half dozen different adapters, and it puts the bar that integrates with the firearm in a different location. Every gun has a different spacing from the cutouts to the front of the trigger guard. So this allows you to fit more guns and, more importantly, fit the light up as snug as possible against the trigger guard and make it that much easier for you to reach the controls. Fantastic. The screw is, when you back out the screw, that's how you change those rail adapters, and that's also how you install and uninstall the light on a firearm. Before we take a look at the beam pattern, let's quickly take a look at the dimensions and the price. 120-ish. Streamlight prices really vary depending on the site you're looking at, and they go on sale often. So as of right now, the second I'm recording this video, 120-ish. Before we continue, I also need to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video, which is USCCA. USCCA offers self-defense education, self-defense training, and self-defense insurance. If you want to learn more about USCCA and why I've been a member for years, click the link down in the video description, type in your email address, and see if it's right for you. Now, let's take a look at the beam pattern. Starting off in my backyard here, that bush is 15 yards away. The camera does a great job picking up the hot spot. It does not do a good job picking up the spill. There's a lot more spill to the light than what's being shown. Like, I can see that red wheelbarrow even when the light is shown on the bush. So I'll mess with the settings and see if I can get it to be a little bit, pick up the spill a little bit better. Moving on up to about 10 yards. Now 10 yards away. Again, camera does a great job picking up the hot spot. Does not pick up the spill. Moving on into 4 or 5 yards, we're pretty close here, and that's what the light looks like outdoors at a nice close distance. My front yard now, that tree is 5 yards away, second tree is 10 yards away, fence is 15 yards away, and you give an idea of what it would look like outdoors, just with a little bit of tree cover. Now, the Elite Indoor Gun Range, my favorite gun range. The closest target is 10 yards away, then 15 yards, then 20 yards away. And this is what it looks like at a little bit of distance indoors. Shine the light off the wall to give you an idea. Now we're going to move a little closer. Now we're about 5 yards away from the closest target, then 10 yards, and then 15 yards is the distance we are from all the targets. And that's what the light looks like shining off of a wall to give you an idea of the hot spot. Last but not least, in the hallway, very small, tight hallway, if you ever have a space like that in your house. Moving into the room where I do my recording, and yes, this room will always be a mess, so get used to it. That's what it looks like. The room is about 10 by 15. Now I'm shining the light off of the ceiling is what that was, to give you an idea of what it looks like. Shine the light off the ceiling. As far as the testing that I've done, again, I've been asking for some input here. If there's something else you think I should do that's realistic test of a flashlight, a weapon mounted light, please drop it in the description and let me know. But what I did on this one, I gave it 5 drops from shoulder height. I gave it the waterproof test, 1 meter, 30 minutes. Passed both of those with no problems. I also did that runtime test that I mentioned earlier. Put a fresh battery in it, sat it on the counter, let it run, and it was very close to what it was advertised as. As far as shooting, I shot about 500 rounds roughly. I didn't count this one as closely as I normally do, but roughly 500 rounds. I put it on several different guns when I was shooting, and 200 of those rounds was low light, no light at my local gun club here, the Elite Indoor Gun Range. And I did the usual testing, a lot of drawing from a holster, concealed carry type drills. I shot these foam dummies a whole bunch. I'm loving these foam dummies. They're a lot of fun to shoot at the range. And the light held up well. I didn't have any issues through the 500 rounds. So as far as the pros that I have for this light, I think it's a very good looking light. I know half of you out there don't care about that, but I do. And I think for Streamlight, it's actually a pretty decent looking light. Most of their lights are not a very aesthetically pleasing, but this one is. I like the controls, how you have the high, the low buttons, and then the very easy click on, click off for constant, hold for momentary. The controls are very, very good. And again, as of right now, this second, it has some of the best lumen to candela rating for a compact pistol light. I know things will change when Inforce and definitely when Cloud comes out with theirs. Those ratings are through the roof compared to this one, but as of right now, it's the best. I would love to see Surefire do something with the XC1 and the XC2. Those lights are just so underperforming. Come on, Surefire, step up in the game here. Cons, I don't really have cons of the light. I like it a lot. It is on my carry gun. If I didn't like it and trust it, it wouldn't be on my carry gun. It is made in China and assembled in the US. I know a lot of you guys will have a problem with that, but that's the way Surefire goes. Let me give you a word of caution. If you are going to put a light on a pistol or a rifle, and I do think every self-defense gun should have a white light. If you are going to do that, you need some training to go along with this from a quality instructor. There's techniques you need to learn so you don't get yourself killed. So get out and get some training. Let me remind you of the affiliate links down in the video description if you want to pick one up. Hook me up, use those links, please. Let me thank the sponsor of today's video, again, which is USCCA. These are the other companies who support me with affiliate links. They're all good companies, good products, good services, whatever. Again, the links and all the description, coupon codes, whatever, are down in the video description. We have Tiberious merchandise. If you want to look extra goofy like me in a Tiberious shirt or sweatshirt, hoodie, socks, whatever, you know where the link is down in the video description. I'm on 2, kinda 3 social media platforms. If you want to know what I'm working on right now in real time before the reviews come out, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and a little bit on Parler. Now, more important than anything else, I want to thank you boys and girls for watching, because it is truly, truly appreciated. Every time you guys like a video, comment on a video, subscribe to the channel, enable the bell notification, share a video. Anytime you guys interact with my channel in any way, shape, or form, it truly helps me out, and I truly, truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.